pick up every stitch right now. You got to pick up every
this Saturday night.
But I'm two rolling stones. Two rolling stones. Yeah. But two rolling stones. Just like a rolling stone. Rolling, 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 rolling stone. Yeah. Two
Rock and Rio. Are you there?
He is.
All right. Let's check it. It's Saturday night. Lean back. 33 degrees. And chill the fuck out. All right. There he goes. Kenny Wayne Shepherd. There he goes. Well, welcome back. Rock and Rio, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, I am back. I'm back from the
ribbon cutting ceremonies.
Yes, the ribbon cutting ceremonies.
How did it go, man?
Yeah, it's all it's all foo.
Yeah. Did you have a glass of champagne?
Of course we did. Yeah.
All right, good.
Pretty good champagne, actually.
Was it? Did you get some Cristal?
No, it was. I don't remember what it was. I'm not really into it, but it was good.
You weren't throwing down. It wasn't like a P. Diddy party.
No, definitely was not a P. Diddy style party.
Man, there's this whole thing. Did you know there was some chick on The Apprentice that worked for P. Diddy? And there was some whole thing where she was on there and she was going, "Well, I worked for Diddy. Everything had to be perfect or whatever." And then Trump goes, "You know Diddy?" And she goes, "Yeah, I used to work there, blah, blah, blah." He goes, "Diddy's a good guy." And she
yeah.
And she goes like this, "I'll reserve comment," or something. And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I won't say anything." And then it turns out that after the fact, she came out and said that she got thrown out of the whatever reality show that was. She got thrown off the band because she wouldn't throw down at the Diddy party.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It turns out Diddy likes to diddle, so.
The diddler. P. Daddy. I'll show you, I swear to God, I'm going to show you a video.
How did he go from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy? Like,
I don't know.
What was
but
the change there?
Did you see? There's a video called 48 Hours with Justin Bieber spends 48 hours with Diddy.
Yeah. Well,
have you seen it?
No.
The kid is like 15 years old. I'm going to get the video and I'm going to show it to everybody right now. You're not even going to believe this, especially in light of what's going on now, right this minute. Like if you knew this,
anything in that respect. So.
if the allegations were flying at the time this video was made, he would... It's too much, man. Epic Journey. You want to connect the Journeyman while I find this video?
Yeah, I'll see if I can.
He's there.
Browse the Journeyman.
He's there, up hobbling on one leg.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There he is in the corner.
All right. You guys aren't going to believe this video. I didn't mean for that song to cut out like that. I was still in the process of... but I hit the button a little too quick. I was quick on the button, dude. You know? But let me continue here. Let me do this, and then we will do that momentarily. All right, stand by. Oh, man. It's nothing but commercials. It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night. We're chilling. Did you get the Epic Journeyman?
He is.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. You are there. All right. What we're going to do is check this video out in a minute. Hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on. There we go. One time when we were doing... One time we were in the studio recording, back when it used to cost a lot of money. And this one guy used to say, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And one night, that dude got punched in the face. He said hold on one too many times. And that was it. It's a rough game in the studio, and isn't it? When you're in there, it's like $300 an hour. And somebody,
I don't know what it works out to an hour, but I know it's expensive.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, now you can just do it on your computer. Now, you seriously, you are not going to, seriously not, I mean, I'm not even going to play music now. I'm just going to show you this video. I mean, and let me know if you want me to continue showing it.
Yeah, so.
Hold on.
As soon as you turn.
All right, so it's only this video is only 2 minutes and 13 seconds, so I think we can tolerate it. All right, I'm gonna put the whole thing in its entirety over here. Let me just get it all set up for you so you can check it before you wreck it. Hold on, where the fuck is it now? Bam. All right, here comes Diddy with Justin Bieber. It's fucking evil, man. It's evil. I'm telling you, it's evil.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right,
No,
16.
No,
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year. It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. We can't really disclose, we can't really disclose where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go. Tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours? Buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy. Buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
There he
Oh
goes.
man, see, Diddy's not really into him. He bought him the cheap Lamborghini.
I wasn't planning on doing anything with this video, but I did notice some body language. I noticed a little body language going on.
Did you just pay with PayPal?
I noticed a little body language going on. I saw expressions on faces change when certain shit got said, and I'm sure you know. Anyway, so how the thing go down at the shop?
Oh, it went very well actually.
Good.
You know, the mayor came by and the town council people, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. The ribbon cutting. It was nice. We had coffee and donuts and sandwiches.
And then you broke out the champagne.
Yeah, we had some champagne.
All right. Well, it's always a good time to celebrate. Anytime you get a chance to find some reason to just take a minute and sit back and have a slice of cake or whatever, sip of orange juice or some whatever, coffee cake.
I resisted the donuts. I did not have any donuts. I was good. I was so tempted to, but I was like, oh. There was this one sugared jelly. It was just calling my name, and I was almost gonna do it. And I was like, no, I can't do it. Can't do it.
I don't eat donuts, man. If I eat a donut, the only donut I'll eat is either a twist or an old fashioned with no nothing on it. Just, you know, cake, like an old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
Dip in old
Pink donut, yeah, with coffee is good.
Exactly, you dip it in coffee. Exactly.
Yep.
Epic Journeyman's coming in. You're coming in hot, dude.
Yeah. I'm not a donut guy either, but no, I feel you there, man. That's where I'm at too. I'll occasionally go for the crumb donut, you know. Occasionally go for
see, I like the East Rays donuts better myself, as opposed to the cake donuts.
But the cake donuts with coffee, man. That's the way. That's the way.
Man, this Diddy shit's out of control, man. Seriously. I'd be surprised if he makes it a week. Where is he? Is he in Rikers Island?
No, he's worse. He's in he's not in general population, but he's in the New York holding, you know, jail. I mean, basically where everybody goes. So he's stuck there, and there's no bail, no court date set. He's basically in purgatory from now until something starts. And once it starts, it's not necessarily going to get better, right?
Yeah, I think he is in Rikers.
It's I would recognize
he's
Rikers,
in an isolated section of it, but I think he's
he's isolated for some safety.
That reminds me.
Like it's 3 showers a week, and you know, get the steel bunk and the whole 9 yards.
Whenever I hear Rikers, I think of that song, "All the People Who Died" by Jim Carroll, because there's a part in there where he says, and then he got killed at Rikers for ratting on the bikers or something. I can't remember what he says exactly. Something about ratting on bikers and getting killed at Rikers. Wasn't there a big prison riot at Rikers at one point? Was that Rikers Island where it went berserker?
Mm-hmm.
And they took it over. How long did they take it over for? Do you remember?
Oh, it was like days.
Attica is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, Attica. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. It's crazy that we live in a country where this is even a thing, right? I mean, you don't send people to prison to just make a dungeon if that's what you're going to do, right? I mean, come on, man. People are supposed to go back out in society later on, So I'm not saying make it a hotel deluxe or something, but at least give them some kind of education to make it.
I didn't know
worthwhile.
I didn't know we were gonna go down this road, but there is a new technology that'll make you. It's a type of incarceration where they do it strictly in your mind, and they do
Yeah,
it
from Dark Mirror. It's real. Yeah.
No, yeah, they just announced it literally like a week. You probably search it right now and find it because it's so fresh. They just announced it last week, and then the other thing about the penitentiaries and all that is because we did a show with that dude, and I wish I remembered his channel now, because I could go over there and get you the video right now where he's got this guy, this whistleblower dude, who's at some meeting where all the top hip hop people were there, and they were basically it was the private prisons had gotten into effect, and they all got together and put a bunch of money together and offered these hip hop people and some of the rap artists from the beginning some big money, because they wanted to propagate this lifestyle that would put people in prison. I know it sounds ridiculous and it sounds hard to believe, but the guy was pretty convincing. The guy that was talking about it. He didn't mention any names specifically in it, because I'm sure if he did, he wouldn't be alive or whatever, because he was on camera. I wish I could remember the name of that channel, man. There's no way I'm going to remember it tonight, though. I mean, it would take me too long to try to jostle myself. But anyway, I mean, there's a whole thing around this Diddy thing. It's not just,
It's as big as Epstein. It is. It may be bigger than Epstein.
It's bigger. Only because
Puff did.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is too, is that he had all these people now. Allegedly, Matt Damon has come forward and said that J-Lo was helping out Diddy, supplying him with some talent or whatever. I mean, who knows what that means? I mean, what does it mean when you get signed?
She's the Ghislaine Maxwell of the whole deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I hate to think that way, but it's possible. So because he had to have help, I mean, people just don't. Yo, man, I'm Diddy. It doesn't work like that, right?
Well,
you had to have people out to get him the talent, so to speak.
The other thing is too is if you were an artist and you got to go see Diddy, there was a really good chance you were going to start making records and go somewhere, because he has that kind of power. So imagine the doorknob polishing that's been going on at his place, man. Because let me tell you something, even people just getting in the room and they ain't nowhere near even hearing their demo tape, and they're bending over, Jack. You can believe that. I mean, we should go dig up some Cat
Williams. Yeah,
Cat Williams. You see why Cat Williams was all thrown out, all ostracized or whatever. You know what I mean?
They went and threatened him on his bus. He was on a tour bus, right? That started this whole thing. We were starting, becoming something of a whistleblower, if you will. His career started tanking because of it a little bit. But yeah, man. I mean, that's the whole thing. He has a whole history of that, of going out there and burning people's cars and roughing people up and sending his hooligans out there. That word hooligan sounds funny coming from a black rapper, but just it doesn't seem appropriate. But that is what the proper term would be. Send them out there to go mess people up.
Honestly, I mean, there's so much cornholing going on over here. It's not even funny. I mean, wasn't Tupac dating what's that super producer, black dude? He's produced everybody. I can't think of his name right now.
Jay-Z?
No. And he had a daughter, and Pac was going out with his daughter, and the dude tried to hit Pac or whatever. Like, he talked about it. Oh man, I can't think of his name. Quincy Jones, man. Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones, yeah.
So
Quincy Jones, I thought it was cool.
No, he ain't cool, man.
He ain't cool.
No.
Guy who wrote Sanford and Son theme isn't cool.
He was trying to pop on Tupac. And Tupac, I guess, didn't roll that way or something. I don't know.
That's a dream. Well, that's what was coming out before the video came out, where Diddy beating up his girlfriend in the hotel. Before that came out, right before that, there was kind of like a campaign, if you will. If you start thinking about the media campaign working against them, they must have been close to springing this on them. They must have had enough evidence that they're close, because all this stuff started coming out at the same time. One of the things that was coming out there was that all the employees he had, male employees he had, that he was expecting to do deeds for him, sexual favors for. So those people left, right? And one of those guys was the nephew or of one of these newscasters. Yeah,
I can't search anything on this computer.
Oh no,
yeah, but
my keyboard.
My keyboard's fucked up. Rio, type in if you could, one of you guys type in Tupac set of California Love, or on the set of California Love. There's a whole thing, man. So now, were you living in Vegas when Tupac got shot?
I was muted. Yeah, yes, I was.
Yeah, so you were there when it happened, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, so there was all this controversy around that too, right? I mean, people said,
big time.
Yeah,
I mean, there's people who were there. Like, I ran the video store at the time, so people that were on the strip when it happened, that rolled right up on the scene. I mean, immediately thereafter. I mean, I talked to people all the time. A lot of people didn't think that was proper, man. I didn't think it looked right. Like, it wasn't reported in the news. Wasn't what happened. Back then, like the day it happened, then the day after, so it happened like at 3 a.m. or something. So that following day by 10 o'clock, I had stories coming to people who saw it or not saw it, but drove up on the, police line. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to miss, right? It's on the Las Vegas Strip, right? So people did actually, witness parts of it or whatever. So yeah, I always thought, I was always skeptical of what the official story was on that. And I'm one of the people who believes that guy might have actually faked his death, man. He might have, man. He might have, because there's things about that didn't net up at the time. But the altercation was caught on tape. Like the altercation at the fight, like it was Mike Tyson fight, right? Where they didn't punch each other out in the stands, but you could see there was some words being exchanged, and that was caught during the broadcast. So they definitely had something going on there.
Well,
but after that,
and Tupac was shot in '94 too in New York, and didn't that shit have something to do with Diddy at the time? Because Diddy got released on some charge. I can't remember what happened now. It was right when his clothing line thing was happening. And
yeah. Well, there's this whole thing with him and Biggie Smalls and what's the other guy's name that there's this whole wrestling for control of Def Records or whatever at the time, Def Jam. Not Def Jam, Def. Yeah, where one guy hangs. Who's the guy who hung him out the window? The guy.
You're talking about. You're talking about.
We're talking about Vanilla Ice dude hung out the window by that guy's guy. I'm thinking the guy who hung out the windows. I'm thinking of, but he had all those guys were all fighting for control back then in the '90s. So somebody, I'm sure there's a good book out there somewhere about it.
Rio, did you find that video?
Yep.
All right. Did you listen to it?
The one that says on the set,
yeah,
California Love with Tupac, Dre, and Chris Tucker.
I don't know if Dre's in it, because the one I was talking about. What did you listen to it? He starts saying, "Hey," he's telling the extras that Dre's not going to be there today. Something.
Ember's got it. She always had it right. Yeah, Suge Knight. That's who it was. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Suge Knight for sure. Tupac Shakur. Suge Knight for sure. All right, hang on a second.
I made a horrible joke at the time. He was two shot for sure.
Well, let me tell you this, man. I remember back in the day there was a video of Suge Knight at the airport, and he was getting on one of these shuttles that's going to your rental car. And so he gets on with like three other brothers. They get on there and they're standing there, and there's like guys in the bus already, and one of them's got a cell phone, and they're like, yo, and they start talking to Suge Knight, and they start asking him about Tupac and is he still alive and all this, and he made this comment. It was like some sarcastic comment, but the two guys behind him laughed, and it was the way he laughed that made me think in that moment that there was something up with that old Tupac, whether he died or not. Because there was a whole bunch of shit about Tupac and Tupac's mom, Tupac's aunt, who was literally broken out of jail somewhere, I think in New York or New Jersey, and escaped to Cuba.
Yeah, Black Panthers thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was this
there's a history behind that dude.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Tupac wasn't just, some dude or whatever. He didn't just pop out of nowhere. And so anyway, there was this whole thing with that, and then there was this whole idea about this Elvis style faking the death to sell records kind of thing, and he did a movie. I forget what it was. It had to do with drug addiction. I can't think of the name of it. Tupac did. He did a movie. So, and in that movie, there was a dude that was in the movie that was dying of AIDS. And the dude looked kind of like Tupac, And so there was this people had put forward that Tupac cut a deal with this dude who was dying of AIDS, and that when this fake shooting thing went down, that they would utilize that guy's body or whatever, and then Tupac would bone out and go to Cuba or whatever, because his aunt had already had this thing set up over there. And then there was after the fact, there was arrests made around Los Angeles, and the person that was arrested was the same name as Tupac's, full and real name. So there was people saying that he was here, that he got arrested and all this. So there's been controversy around this Tupac thing for a long time, Rio?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't...
I mean, this all went down, what, in like the mid-90s? Right?
96 is when he got shot, or whatever, when he took off.
Pushing on 20 years for that already. 30 years. 30 years already.
Hard to believe, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what's tripped me out about the video we just played is, I'm sure everybody caught it, and that's why I played it, but I just want to remind everybody again, is he was saying that, you get the car, then when you turn 18, you get the mansion. And he says, I got custody. I got full custody. Like, hold on, what? What?
Know.
No.
I
That's
know.
not the way that works. You don't get custody like you get custody like as the guardian, which is what he said, right? For somebody who has parents,
No, he was talking about Usher.
He was talking about Usher, and he said how Bieber just got.
Usher.
He just had the same thing work with Bieber, right?
That's what I mean.
So,
he worked that deal with Usher when Usher was young or whatever. The same deal. He's like, somehow he adopted Usher or something as a family type thing. He adopted him, and then that's what he was saying about Bieber or whatever.
Yeah, and Bieber's got parents. Bieber's fine, But it goes back to one of the things we did shows on in the past. It goes back to the original origins of the Rat Pack, and it's about how these people who are contract actors were owned by the studio, going back to Judy Garland. Like that's the origin story of a lot of this, right? Not this particular story with Bieber, but she was owned by MGM, right? She was owned by MGM. Like they sent her to school. She lived on the set, in the studio, at the studios. I mean, the whole 9 yards, right? They're given allowances, and basically, that's what we've talked about many times when these people are under that kind of rule by whoever's got control of them. Yeah, they're not really rich. They get the Ferrari, they get the studio, they get the apartment, they get whatever, right? They get the house, they get the mansion. But the reality is, all can be taken away in a second, right? And that's exactly what's going on with Bieber right there, right? Yeah, he's going to get the Ferrari, and he's going to get the house, get the mansion, right?
Yeah.
He's 18. Yeah, but he doesn't actually have any of that stuff. Diddy does.
He doesn't actually own it, right? Yeah, you can just throw him out.
Well, see, remember, there was the original guy who came up with the idea or presented the idea of crisis actors. His name back then was Dallas Goldbug, and I think he goes by his real name now, which I can't think of what it is because there's somebody that took over what he was doing and put
Jesus Crises. Yeah.
No, that ain't his name, but But it's Dallas Goldbug. His original thing was the Arizona assassination attempt on this congresswoman. And so he had noticed in that thing, he had noticed a bunch of these cards that were put on top of the victims. And so he noticed that these were, the kind of cards that you would put down in the event that you were training paramedics to respond to a certain wound when they show up on a site. Okay, so he noticed this, and then he correlated that to this tie-in to this sheriff's department in Arizona. And he found that a lot of these people that in the sheriff's department were on the scene at a lot of these events that happened, whether they were in Arizona or not. And so that's how it all started, and then it kind of went from there. And so eventually, after years and years, the way it shook out with him was that he put forward this idea that that people and actors do not exist at all, that they are wholly owned limited liability corporations. So if your name is Denzel Washington, yeah, but before you were Denzel Washington, you were somebody else, Bob Smith. But now your name is Denzel Washington, and you are a limited liability corporation. So, but you don't get any of the shit that you make or do. You just get a salary, and you get to play the role as that name. That's the way it is, like that. So,
Well, Dallas Goldbug is the guy who said that Bill Hicks was a psyop, right? That the same guy?
well, no, there's people that were posting as him, saying he was saying stuff that he wasn't saying, and I think one of the things, because it discredited the rest of what he was saying. And that's the important thing, is because what we're saying here and what I'm saying about this is not just limited to the movie stars and record deals and all this. This goes for people like Elon Musk and anybody else. Anybody else that you can see that's out there in the public eye could be a wholly owned limited liability corporation. You know?
Yeah.
And they're just playing a role. They get a black card, they live in a big house, and they show up and they talk on the screen when they have to, and they make comments and statements that they're handed to go do.
They play the role. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a Ferrari he was given, right? If I'm correct, that's on the back. I think that was a Ferrari.
It was Lamborghini.
Was it a Lamborghini?
Yeah, it was a cheap Lamborghini.
It blows my theory that, because remember there's that time, it always struck me as odd that Bieber, it's a couple years back, in his neighborhood, he starts getting chased down by his relatively famous and super famous actor neighbors all the time for driving his Ferrari too fast in the neighborhood. Hey, kids live here and that kind of thing, right? And like he was intentionally doing it to piss them off. But I was looking at the back of that car, and I was wondering if maybe, this is why it blows my theory, that he was doing that on purpose to get caught in the car, to get pulled over in the car, is like to kind of to spotlight the situation. Like, hey man, it's a cry for help in a way, right? Like, hey man, you guys need to look at this. Because if he's under the subject, he's subject to P. Diddy and his horrible things we're hearing about him now, right? What does he have to do on top of what we know he does publicly? What else was he doing? What else did he have to do, right? And it's a terrible, dark turn to take, but you have to assume it's probably true, right?
Well, he was standing there with a big smile on his face, and then when Homeboy said, hey, we were going to go buck wild or whatever, and then that kid's face dropped, man. The smile on his face dropped, man, for a second after that.
Go get some girls.
No, it was before. It was
before he said that. Yeah.
There was a moment where there was eye movement, and his smile, this giant smile that he had, dropped, and he looked ashamed kind of for a second. I don't know, man. That's kind of the way I interpreted it. I wasn't going to sit here and go through the video or whatever, but
yeah, it's only 2 minutes long, and it's easy to it's one edit, one camera, so it's hard to know for sure. But knowing what we know now, I mean, you hear those Cat Williams stories, and you're like,
no,
it all makes sense, doesn't it?
There was a weird movement of Diddy too that I noticed.
I can verify there's a lot of really twisted stuff that goes behind the scenes in the
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to. Let me see if I can find that fucking.
I've witnessed it firsthand.
what do you? Well, drop your load, dude. Let me, unburden
No,
yourself.
I didn't do that.
No, I'm saying unburden yourself. You're carrying a heavy load, knowing it all and keeping it in. You got to unburden yourself.
Well, all the stuff you hear is true. All the, the people liking the children and the magic and the weird rituals that go on. That's the animal sacrifices. It's all legit. It really is.
Well,
it's disturbing.
Well, I mean, there's a whole piece that maybe what we'll do is I'll dig it up instead of telling you about it. There's a whole piece. Hold on a second.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA.
Hold on. Yeah, here it is right here. Here, watch this.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Does that look like a 15-year-old's dream right there? The look on that kid's face. Look at that shit.
Yeah, he dropped that smile and then it came back as a fake one.
Exactly.
Shortly after.
Exactly. You guys saw what I was talking about, huh? Here, let's go back.
Yeah.
Here. Hang on. Watch his eyes, too. All right, here we go. Watch this. Watch his eyes, too. Here we go.
Now what we doing, we can't really disclose. But
I swear to God, man, that kid is talking with his eyes right there. You watch his video for yourself.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
It's that please help.
I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship.
It's too bad. Doesn't that kid have problems right now too? Doesn't he have some fucking disease or something? Him and his girlfriend.
Yeah, he's got something going on. I forget what it is, but some weird disease.
It's too bad, man. Man, how does it happen? We're just sitting here and now all of a sudden I'm all bummed out, looking at that video. I'm serious.
Oh, he's a cute kid. He's got a little bit of talent, and they prey on it.
Yeah, it's thrown in the wolves there. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying.
So the hierarchy here is what I'm not understanding. Like what he just said was that he signed with Usher, right? Is that what he said? But that then P. Diddy had Usher the same way.
Exactly.
So in other words, it's like he was passed on because I own Usher, so I own you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the way this came across to me.
Exactly. Who said white boys are candy? Doctor. Exactly. Little white boys like that. Little cute ones.
I thought that was pizza and hot dogs, but that's a whole different thing.
Well, so, there it is. That is really, I'm going to dig this clip up. We're coming up at the top of the hour and take a break or whatever for a minute. I'm going to clear our palate. Jesus, man.
Right, we need some puppies and kittens and stuff.
We need some puppy dogs and ice cream, man.
Right.
All right. Let me find something.
I hear there's some extras in Ohio.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing, man. I mean, that whole Matt Getz thing and that whole Haitian thing with
dude,
with the
he's looking
Clintons.
like the DC Madam, man. He is. He's starting to come across like this whole time he's been a pimp, I mean, yeah, so he didn't get charged, Gates, right? But now the stuff's coming out because it was lawyers and stuff that it was under seal before because people are trying to get paid, for their dirty work.
Yeah.
Well, remember the reverse we had on Gates. The one he liked the best was the 8-year-old.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's the only reason I brought him up. is because there's this whole thing around that Haitian donation scandal, where all this money was going to the Haitians after this, whatever it was.
After the earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake, and then the Clintons went in there with some foundation or whatever. Turned into some thing. So that's the thing that bugs me about this whole topic at all. Is the thing that bugs me the most is like it seems like there's this just giant fucking factory. There's a giant system in place that just gathers people up and then puts them into the system, and then they just roll through their going to whoever wants one. I mean, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. It's a little bit. I mean, it's just so over the top wrong that it's almost unbelievable. But there it is. The evidence of it. It's everywhere, right? Everywhere you look. Remember,
yeah.
You remember, I won't say it, but remember the Pete's.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? The whole thing that happened that supposedly turned out to be fake, but then anyone who talked about it went down the drain. Like you got in big trouble saying anything about it.
Well, you got our social media deleted. Yeah.
The Pie Gate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah.
There's people out there trying to expose that shit and putting out, and it was taken, and then it was turned into something that was called. It was a baiting for people to go to it, so that when you shared it or talked about it, you were gonna get fucked later, because it was gonna come out that the whole thing was not real, right? So then it just went away, right? Everybody just go, oh, it wasn't real. Better not talk about it anymore. You better not fucking talk about it anymore, because you're gonna get in trouble. And everyone stopped talking about it, didn't they? And now, what? This is going to cut exactly. Exactly. The climbers over there. Pizza pie. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird how shit happens. It's if you really thought about it and really thought about it hard, you could see that happens quite often. Like, for example, 4 years ago when the election happened, okay? There were certain people who had ideas about the election. And they were saying a bunch of shit about it, and then all of a sudden, it started looking like it wasn't real. And then all of a sudden, like, people just stopped talking about it, especially after the incident at the Capitol. Then it became clear there's dudes like rotting in prison or whatever for being at a demonstration that ended up, trespassing on public property. How does the public trespassing on the public's house or whatever? I don't know, but apparently you get in trouble for that. So, and there was people rotting in prison. I mean, what's his nuts? Remember that guy used to be on Alex Jones, and he was like ex-Marine. I forget what his name was. It's Dan something.
Jarno or whatever.
No, it's Dan.
Not that guy.
It was Dan something. But anyways, he ended up in there, and he was dying of pneumonia in there or whatever. And he was on the Alex Jones show for a really long time as a reporter. And but when he got thrown in there, I don't know if Alex Jones ever helped the guy out or did anything for him or whatever, but he was there for a long time. I don't know, man. Here's the Running Man's Bible from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
You're with me tonight on this dark highway. We've run it together so many times. We're running for money, we're running for music. Cause who should have said something? It was not in my vision, it was not in my mind.
The Mojo
I'm a mission, a man left behind.
LP. Tom Petty. Alright, so look. Here. Let me play this. Hold on. Here you go. Stand by. Alright, here's Bill Hicks. Here's Bill Hicks. Ready? Here he comes.
Ballless, soulless, spiritless, corporate little bitches, suckers of Satan's cock, each and every one of them. We're rock stars against drugs because that's what the president wants. Oh, suck Satan's cock. That's what we want, isn't it? Government-approved rock and roll. Woo, we're partying now. We're rock stars who do Pepsi Cola commercials. Suck Satan's cock. Put that big scaly pecker down your gullet. Drink that black worm jism. Drink it. Fill your little bellies. Send in vanilla ice. Hello, vanilla. It says here on your application, you have no talent, and yet you want to be a star. I think something could be arranged. Suck Satan's cock. I will lower the standards of the earth. I will put 56 channels of American Gladiators in every TV. I will put all the money in the hands of 14-year-old girls. They will think you are charismatic, deep, and edgy.
There he goes. Bill Hicks. Everyone thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. Was it really? I mean, especially that part where he talks about, I think he's talking about John Davidson or something. You remember that dude? There was some John Davidson. He was in everything. He was like the tall, good-looking dude with the big smile or whatever.
Yeah, he was in all the TV shows of the day. He was always like a panelist.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies were attracted to the old John Davidson for some reason. Who knows? Anyways, what were we up to? That was about it. Yeah, that was.
I don't know. We're talking about Bill Hicks here, but I Cat Williams stuff's coming up maybe. But I think it's weird that they didn't just kill Diddy. That sounds terrible, but why not? Right? Like so when somebody's that powerful and has so much reach and that many people are involved. Like you think about the Manson murders, one of the reasons he wasn't tried for so long, one of the reasons he got off the way he did, was because there were there were film rolls back then at Polanski's house. And pretty much all of Hollywood was panicked that stuff would come out, those parties at the Polanski house, right? They were filmed, right?
Well, I'm sure Diddy has a dead man switch.
No, man, he's got that shit cataloged, man. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I mean, that's those are like trophies, man. I'm telling you right now, I didn't find there's a video on X. Do you have an account on X? Go on X over there.
I do. I'm back live again.
All right, well, go over there and type in P Diddy. He basically sits there and gives out a bunch of names. That's all he does is say these names, and that's it. He says about 20 or 30 names. He's sitting there with a little kid. I don't know who the kid is, whether it's his child or not. But every time he says a name, the little kid says the name. And they just sit there for about 15 minutes reading a list of names. You know, and so to me, I'm just saying, I don't have the video. I can find it, but I can't talk to you and find it at the same time. But the thing is about the videos, what I'm saying is, if you were him and you had shit on all these people, okay, you filmed it all, you had shit on them, and then all you come on X and fucking go on there and just do nothing but say names, okay, and every single person on that name, who you hear your name, he's got you, man, and he's saying, if I go down, if they come and arrest me, everybody that I named right here is fucking going down. I guarantee you that's why he did that.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No.
So I'm looking him up on
Find
X,
that video, man. Or you guys jump in here and I got to go on my phone. I forget if I watch it on my phone or on my iPad.
Yeah, I'm looking up P. Diddy on X to see if he has an account.
He does.
And I can't find his account right now. There's one that says P. Diddy, but it's not him.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly right. It's probably deleted by now.
Yeah, the last thing was
No,
on
I mean,
that
I don't
account
mean
was-
the video. I just mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I watched that fucker on my phone.
But yeah, the video that you just showed is trending from 23 hours ago of Bieber.
Well, you can see why.
Did it to him. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally can see why.
Do you hear this phone on the microphone?
No, not really. I heard
Here,
you picked it up.
look it. I'm putting my phone against the mic cord. Listen to this.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, it stopped. Hear it?
Oh yeah.
No, Bill Hicks is not Alex Jones, man. And somebody else, the same guy that said that also said that Jordan Maxwell was fucking Bill Cooper. But that's what I'm telling you is the reason that those ideas got out there was to kill the rest of what Dallas Goldbug had to say, to make him seem like what he was saying was not possible and not real. It's just same as it's the same as if you're coming out here saying a bunch of shit and you get in trouble and they give you an option, you better start talking about purple people eaters flying in from, Venus, or else you're going to go out in the shed and never come out, like the DC madam.
Yeah.
After she went on the Alex Jones show and said she'd never commit suicide. And like 3 days later, she was dead, hanging in the shed at her mom's house. So, it's a dirty job, man, going through all this nasty information, isn't it?
It is.
It stinks. And that's the thing. This is one of the subjects that I hate the most, because the sheer talking about it for the people that are into it, they get off on it. And so I would have to say there's more people getting off on it than anything that's ever going to be done about it. So talking about it,
all the speculation about it too, right? Like they're saying that Kevin Hart is in the video, one of the videos at those freakouts, right? Getting serviced by various people, whatever kind of sex involved, and then his wife's going to divorce him, all that stuff. And it's a rumor, right? But it's spreading like wildfire because it could be plausible, right? People go, yeah, well, of course, right? And that's the way it's going to be. And with Polanski, it's the same thing. Polanski, that guy should not be alive. How's that guy alive? He had all the goods on all those people and all those film reels, right? And almost didn't get mentioned convicted because of it. He had that, right? And yet still, he's out there walking and breathing, And you got to think, man. I mean, there's a certain point where there's that movie called Star Chamber, if you recall. Michael Douglas, I think, was the star of the movie at the time. Might have been Michael Douglas. I forget for sure. But the point is, what Star Chamber was all these judges had let people go on technicalities. They got together and they met, like once a year for the Star Chamber to go ahead and execute the people who should have been executed, should have faced justice, right? And there should be something like that. You think there is at some kind of level that you don't let people like this just get away with it, right? In this case, he's in jail right now, but do you think he's going to stay there? I mean, he's either going to mysteriously be suicided or commit suicide, the cameras will be off, or, get killed in the shower or something. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't see him getting out of that, walking out. I don't think that's going to happen. And in the case of Polanski, why is he still around? I mean, dude, this guy's been caught red-handed doing terrible things, right? But he's cool. He's making movies. He's back in Hollywood. Well, it's not in Hollywood, but his movies are getting played and getting made. Yeah, makes no sense to me.
I fucking got it, dude. I got the fucking video. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. I'll send it to you, Rio. Hang on. Bam. Fuck yeah. Alright. Got the video. So, hey, sorry about the F-bombs or whatever. It's chilluminAtti tonight. We're kicking it. Old school. So it's just like you're hanging with us in the living room. All 61 of us. We're all hanging. If I had beers, I'd give you guys beers and sodas, hand you the chips. You know what I mean?
Got the Doritos. Yeah.
All right, Rio, did you get that?
The organic blue corn chips for those who want it. Yeah.
Did you just get a video, Rio? In Skype? Let me go see.
yes.
Okay, hang on. Let me get that. See, this is the way I have to do this because I got no keyboard. Is I got to do it on my iPad and send it to Rio in Skype, and then hit it from Skype in here to get the video over here. So it's not all just cut and dry or whatever.
Oprah,
J-Lo,
J-Lo,
A-Rod,
A-Rod,
Will Smith,
Hold on, here we go.
Drake,
Drake,
Oprah,
Oprah,
J-Lo,
J-Lo,
A-Rod,
A-Rod,
Will Smith,
Will Smith,
Alicia Keys,
Alicia Keys,
Black King God, Justin Bieber,
Justin Bieber,
Kevin Hart,
Kevin Hart,
Mark Wahlberg,
Mark Wahlberg,
Snoop,
Snoop,
DJ Khaled,
DJ Khaled,
Swiss Beats,
Steve,
Kelly Rowland,
Kelly Rowland,
Chris Brown,
Chris Brown,
Maluma,
Lulu,
Issa Rae,
Issa Rae,
Sierra,
Sierra,
Janelle Monáe.
Dan Monet,
Yeah, that's my sis right there. Lizzo,
Lizzo,
Big Thee Stallion,
Peter the Stallion,
J Balvin,
Jay Belch,
Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell,
That's your auntie. Your auntie. Well, let's get back to the list. Okay. Jessica Alba.
the album,
Rita Wilson.
Wilson,
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union,
Dwayne Wade.
Wayne Wayne,
Usher.
Usher,
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato,
Shaq and his whole family.
second his whole family,
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Ellis Moore,
Lil Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert,
Sway Lee.
Sway Lee,
Rick Ross.
Big John,
Julian Huff.
Julian Hart,
Diplo.
Diplo,
E-Night.
Tina,
Rhea.
Leia,
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy,
The show's third singer. Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls. Say Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls.
Cat Dog,
That's right. Paris Gold.
Cat Global,
Cara Delevingne. Winnie Harlow. Prince Montana. And a bunch of big surprises that I can't tell you. They're so big, sometimes they get busy and they forget that they committed to answering the phone in this Easter. So, but tomorrow, on my Uncle Diddy's Live,
Uncle Diddy Live,
it starts at 3 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. and 12 p.m. West Coast.
So what do you guys think about that? Huh? Hold on. Let me see when this posted. Hold on.
You mentioned Kevin Hart there. Is that interesting?
He said celebrities months back it wasn't to invite him to a birthday party. Let me see here. What's the date on this thing? September 19th. This was posted. I don't know when he did this original video. If this is a repost or whatever.
Gotta be like.
Oh, it'd have to be. He's been in jail since before then. So September 19th is the post this video. He went in jail, 2-3 days ago?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's in jail. I'm saying he posted it. I'm saying I don't know when he posted the video before he went to jail. He wasn't in jail when he posted the video. It was before he went to jail, and I'm saying he posted that video before he went to jail because he was telling all those people, if I fucking go to jail, man, I'm gonna rat you out.
And that's exactly the impression I got. It's 100% the impression I got. And it's interesting that the first person on that list is the first person I just talked about, Kevin Hart. So I'm not saying it's true, but that's the first person being implicated, right? One of the people on the list, right? And so it does imply that, yeah, that's his dead man switch, right? You guys are all going down. Now, in the case of what's her name, the girl who Alicia Keys, right? That's an interesting one because I thought there was an issue that she was killed, right? A long time ago. I thought I got the wrong person, maybe.
No, Alicia Keys is like a.
I'm thinking of the Queen of the Damned girl. Though.
No,
yeah.
Alicia Keys is a light-skinned black girl. Sings kind of blues, jazz type shit. R&B.
Somebody else.
She's good. Okay. She's good. But I remember how she got her start was Clive. I was actually watching it when Clive Davis brought her out and introduced her and put her on a Fender Rhodes piano, and she sat there and sang a song. It was like a demo, and it was like, a couple minutes. It didn't seem like it was even planned. It was just, happened. And then they showed the video, and then from that point on, she got like a deal, and then she got pretty big. She had I think her first record was pretty popular. You could look it up. Probably sold quite a few. But I don't know, man. This really, when you think about this, and I've thought about it before. What about these Jacksons? Because they don't look like brothers to me. I mean, maybe they were also adopted by that Mr. Jackson.
There might be something to the secret of the I want to call them a coven, whatever you want to call them, the group, right, of people involved here, because Jackson just died, right? Like the day he got arrested, pretty much, right? Like was that the thing that Tito Jackson dies, and it's like once he dies, that he's like the last linchpin needs to fall before.
He's the last one that knew.
That knew, right.
The sisters know what happened. One of them is so fucked up. The one is just out of her mind.
Oh yeah.
Because is that not the effects of what happened in being in that family? I mean, Janet was the one that sort of, had it together or whatever it seemed like, out of all of them. But those brothers didn't look anything like each other. Did they? Did they look like a family? Seriously?
No, not at all.
No. Not to me.
They're picked off the plane coming from Haiti or whatever, right?
I mean, if I'm going crazy with crazy theories, here's one. How about this? Stevie Wonder ain't blind. How about that? How about that?
That'd be awesome. I wish that were true, actually.
No, there's people out there. There's people out there that have videos about it. That he's not blind. The whole thing was like, just because, it was an angle. I don't think that. I mean, but, it's interesting. That's that's the level. I mean, it goes back to what we were saying last night about beliefs and that. But who knows? This whole thing is crazy. The list goes on and on, man, about this. Because, I mean, really, people got killed. People got killed over this record company, Death Row Records. I mean, there was all this fucking shit going on with the Compton Police Department and the smuggling of cocaine. Wasn't Freeway Ricky Ross involved in some of that? forget what it was. If he was involved in that.
We should follow that whole Death Row Records. How the history of that a little closer. I wasn't interested in rap at the time, still not really, but the history of the people involved is really interesting. Like it plays into this directly. We're talking about now, like how this all, the same characters are showing up now, right? You're starting to see like a network of people that have an unusual position of power, right, in that world. And it's not just that world, the world of Hollywood. I mean, you wouldn't think they'd have this kind of influence over Hollywood, right? But they do. And is it through bribery, extortion, blackmail? It sounds like it is. I mean, the case of the indictment against P. Diddy, it says specifically he was blackmailing people with those tapes, right? I mean, I don't think they even went that far with Epstein. They alleged it, like it was insinuated. It wasn't alleged. It was insinuated, even though we all knew that's what it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's being indicted for that. That's one of the things. You have to read the indictment. That's one of the things he's being indicted for is blackmail, along with arson and all those other things, right? Yeah,
I mean, it's just straight up, right? It's organized crime is just right in everyone's face.
Yeah,
I mean, it's it's funny, man. I mean, there's no doubt that's what's going on, right? Yeah. Rio, you still there?
He's reversing the Bieber video.
Dude, I wouldn't doubt that he's doing that, but I don't think he is. I think maybe he's muted.
You don't think he's got the beakers and lab coat on? Yeah.
No, I seriously, I mean, I'm sure there's something there. Oh, fuck, I forgot I don't have my keyboard. Every time I type certain letters, a whole thing of numbers and slashes and commas and colons comes out. It's like I'm.
Yeah, the slashes throws me off. Like numbers lock will give you all kinds of weird stuff. To type something be numbers and characters capitalized shouldn't be there and all that stuff. But it generally don't give the backslashes. So Jimmy was messaging me and I get all these backslashes. Like 3 letters and a backslash, 3 letters and a backslash, 4 letters and a backslash. So all you people out in the audience, who have a smart audience out there, they might know what that is, what key is pressed and needs to find to reset that. Because I know numbers lock does something similar to that on my laptop. This happens all the time. And I close the stupid thing and I open it up and start typing to get my password and I won't type because unbeknownst to me, it's got that enabled and you can't see that, So yeah, it's something like that, I'm sure.
I wonder why it takes 5 minutes for me to send a link in Skype. Like when I push send, it's still sending right now. And all I did was send him a link. I'm not even sending him a file. Hey, and while we're waiting for this here, let me ask you this. What's going on with the second moon? Hey, we're just going to have a second moon for a couple days this month. But don't worry about it. Hey, it'll be visible. It'll be like a second moon. What's up with the second moon? There's an asteroid or some shit coming in? I mean, you guys, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I heard I read something like in the back of the Twitter sphere or whatever, going through other stuff, but I didn't see what it was.
Okay, we'll go over there right now while I do this. I'm going to do this right now. Hold on a second. What am I doing? Doing something. Oh, I'm going to Skype. Yeah, go over there right now and see if you can find it. Just type it in. 2 moons, September. You'll see it. It might even be on September 23rd.
It has to be, right?
It could be. It really could be because it's only going to happen for a couple days. So I'm just saying, if it's bearing down on us and it looks just like a moon and it's coming right at us, it looks like a moon, it's going to be there. What's going to make it veer off and not hit us? If we see it like a moon. You know what I mean? When's it going to go and go the other direction? Seems like if I could see it, I've been looking at it. It's going to hit me.
Move it, baby. Automatic, systematic, full of color, self-contained. Tuned and channeled to your vibes. Captivating, stimulating. She's such a
had to get a video so we could take a look at these guys and see if they're brothers. Hold on a second.
Yeah, so September 29th, an asteroid known as Mini Moon is expected to make a single orbit around Earth and leave on November 25th. So it says Earth will temporarily have a mini moon for 2 months. How did that get sneaked by? Oh, we're too busy talking about P. Diddy there, you know?
No, I'm just saying,
like,
man.
hold on, what? Yeah, no, it's there. Yeah.
I'm just saying it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, it should be. We're not talking about how large this asteroid. Now I have to follow this up a little bit.
Well, not only that, but
that's kind of a big deal.
Right? They're acting like it's happened before or something.
All the time.
No, I'm just saying. Hey, don't worry about it. It's just that thing that looks like a moon.
It's like this celebrity's getting picked up for having videos on putting in Hollywood and music industry, doing freak offs. Yeah, it happens all the time. It's not a big thing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
She's moving, she's grooving, dancing till the music stops now. Yeah.
Rhythmatic, acrobatic, she's a dynamite attraction. At the top of a coin, she goes live. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's super bad now. She's here to really blow your mind.
Dancing, dancing, dancing. She's a dancing machine.
Oh, baby, do it, baby.
Dancing, dancing, dancing. She's a dancing machine.
Oh, baby, move it, baby.
She's a dancing machine. Watch it get down, watch it get down.
Watch it down, watch it down. Dancing
Well, on the bright side, the asteroid's only between 30 and 138 feet across. Of course, it's going to be the bigger. It's going to be 138 feet, of course, but it's 2.6 million miles away. It's not going to hit us. It's just an orbit a little bit and then head on out. Right? Still, though, come on, man. that should be bigger news. You'd think, right?
I don't know. No.
Hey, what's that thing in the sky, Bob? I didn't hear anything about. What is it? I don't know. Let me check Twitter.
It's fucking crazy, man. What happened to Rio, man? Is he in the laboratory for real? Rio, you still there? No?
He might be.
No.
I'm gonna have to go check the perimeter, man. I'll let you know if I see him out there.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right, you do that. All right. There he goes. Epic Journeyman, checking the perimeter. My name's Jimmy. It's Saturday night. I'm sitting here with you all. You 68 pals, buds, friends, chill. Let's all chill. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, wake and bake, 8 o'clock Pacific. You'll hear some stuff like this. Here, I'm going to make your license plate frame rattle right now. You ready?
Know your rights, know your rights. Get there every day. On my herbalist machine then. That's the
me just done cut me fresh crop. They up on the mountain top. I'm bringing it down the hill. The people want it now. They've got my qualified and stop. Yeah, the sea blast put some fluff in my ocean ground, and it's the medical preference that the people want. Say I can never leave my caliber at home. So take a drop, keep thanks and pass it around. That's the herb, that's the herb, that's the herb, yeah. That's the herb, that's the herb, that's the herb, yeah. Just give me that good sense, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that good sense, I mean, yeah. That's a herb straight through. What did it do to the green and all in that shot? I as I can be tripping. Them boys got me in the booth tripping on this girl this year. Whoa, must be true to what the roots say. Can't live a negative way, gotta make way for positive way. So like this people wanna get to live with that sweet, sweet phantom. Yeah. Pass the herb, pass the herb, pass the herb, yeah. One day they gon' learn. Pass the herb, pass the herb, pass the herb, yeah. Just give me that good sense, I mean, yeah. That's how we do it, yeah. To get that herb, pass it around. Pass the herbs, yo. Come on, welcome. I'm a bona fide man dream.
All right. Past the herbs. Fortunate Youth. Hold on. It's going crazy. I don't see it. Something's going to happen. It's going to be an ad. See? I don't see it. There it is. See you later, buddy. All right. I was trying to get you something else, but I can't do it. No keyboards. All right. What the hell time is it, man?
It is 5:27. Well, over here in Hawaii, it's 8:27.
Oh, so we got like 30 minutes left. I got to do something about this keyboard situation. Definitely.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a single key. Probably is going to hit, but you don't know what. I'm sure you tried them all by now, but it might be one of those combinations where it's a function key and hit another key, right? I bet you something weird like that. You know what? I can look it up actually while you're doing that. I have a keyboard that works. So let me try that.
It's all right. No, it's all right. I know what happened. I mean, I know why the keyboard is fucked up. It's just only because I didn't do anything about it. Something happened last night and I didn't deal with it. I completely forgot about it. So some coffee got spilled on the left-hand side on those keys. So that's really what's going on. Hey, sheesh. That's really what's going on. But yeah, so what do we got? We got like 30 minutes left. Where's Rio, man? Is he reversing that shit?
It might be.
Or did he just fall asleep?
Back there in the lab.
Did he just fall asleep? I don't know, man.
He didn't sound like he was falling asleep.
No.
He might have got a call or something.
He seemed like he was wide awake.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try to find him. Send him a message.
Shake, shake, shake.
you remember when Michael Jackson's head caught on fire?
Dude, I do.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, the Pepsi commercial. He was doing a Pepsi commercial, and what a lot of people, because he didn't play it up that much at the time, forget is that one of the reasons he wore all those funky gloves and had all those, operations and stuff was because he was horribly burned. He was like, Darth Vader without his mask off, man.
There's some people that say that when he got burned, that the guy that was after that, it wasn't him anymore. There's a whole guy, man. There's a guy who's got scars on his face that people think is him. He's still alive. There's a guy who's got his whole face is burnt, and he's been on CNN. I can't think of his name now. Type it in CNN. Type in Michael Jackson CNN burn victim and see what comes up, because he might be just some dude who says he's talking about something. I don't remember why.
Right.
I don't remember why he was on there or why I know about him. But there is a dude. There is a name out there on this guy. And whenever I think of that Michael Jackson incident, I think of this. I'm gonna play this. This is gonna get me banned worldwide too right now, but I'll erase it tomorrow. Hold on. It's a Neil Young video.
Ain't singing for Pepsi. Ain't singing for Coke. Nobody makes me look like a joke.
This note's for you. There's a whole thing in here where they actually make fun of. There it is. Look at it. Hang on, I'm trying to show you guys this video on YouTube. Hold on. Let me back it up, because he does a whole piece in here. He literally makes fun of the fact that Michael Jackson caught on fire in this video. Like it's supposed to be funny. Because he's going, I ain't singing for Pepsi. I ain't singing for Coke.
Singing for Coke, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then in the background, there's Michael Jackson's head on fire as he's running off the stage. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this for you guys. This may be the only way I could get away with playing this song. Is playing it like this.
We were commenting on it, yeah. It's what's supposed to do.
Stopping it. All right, so get ready. You guys ready?
So I found your CNN thing, but it's weird because it's a reference to it.
That's what I mean.
It's a favorite conspiracy theory. It's not the actual article or the
Does the
video.
guy got scars all over his face?
No, it says Michael Jackson fakes his death but disguised himself as a burn victim. It's a response on a Twitter thing for your favorite celebrity conspiracy theory. So there's no link, and then when you go back to the the search engine, you look for it. It's obvious he's talking about the thing you're talking about. Exactly right. But there's no reference to that event.
I'm telling you, man, there is a guy, and he looks like the original Michael Jackson, more than the Michael Jackson after all the plastic surgery and all that.
Yeah, it elaborates. It says Michael Jackson faked his death, but disguised himself as a burn victim, who was actually his friend, to do a CNN interview. Right? And yeah, it talks about the reference you're talking about. It's a 5-year-old reference, but it doesn't have a link to that interview, which I find suspicious.
All right, check this. Hey, look at, there's 66 people in here, and the chat rate is 6. All right. All right, there he is. Look at, his head is on fire. You know what I mean? Don't they do something with Spuds in this video too?
Spuds McKenzie, they do.
They show Spuds in this video?
They did in the original one. I remember when it came out.
Oh, wait a minute. I could totally get away with this right now by doing this. Hold on a second. Playback speed. Let's slow her down a bit. How about halfway? Let me back it up. Oh, yeah. Look at the flames. There he is. Damn, it's a whole piece. Look at it. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. And plus, I just gave Neil Young a good idea for a new hit because I bet you this song sounds kick ass, half speed. So, hey, you're welcome. I'm sorry, I let it go longer just because I was infatuated with it going that slow.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
That
We
kicks
David
ass.
Gilmour to do the guitar on the new version. Yeah, badass.
That was a pretty badass. I mean, that first horn flurry I didn't like because there was too many horns all at the same time going slow.
Right.
But the second time it came in where they were more sparse, it definitely sounded better. So that shit is kick ass. Well, there goes Neil Young, half speed. Check it out for yourselves. He ain't singing for Pepsi. He ain't singing for Coke.
Coke, yeah, no joke.
No,
I'm telling you. Well, you know, he did make a whole thing out of the. I'm surprised in a way that he got away with that long of a parody of him catching on fire.
No, the head. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was really that was a really detailed. I mean, they really went the extra mile with that. And they even pulled the wig off the black girl. I mean, what was up with that? I mean, that
and
was
the thing
sort
is,
of.
I remember when it happened. It never got played again that I know of. I'm sure you can find it in some kind of archive or something. But they showed the actual accident, like they were filming the commercial, the actual accident that he got burned in. You know, and it was just the pyrotechnics went off, and yeah, he got a fire and balls, and this is just a brief 3-second clip or whatever. But yeah, so that was in the
Neil Young.
zeitgeist too well at the time when Neil Young did this.
He has a ranch up here in San Mateo County over there in it's called the Rocking. I'm pretty sure it's called the Rocking R. Is the name of his ranch that he bought off this old man back in the 70s, I think. And it's a big ass piece of property and a really super bunch of redwoods, and it's on the way down to Half Moon Bay. So there's a lot of moisture that comes in, fogs and stuff in this valley. And he lives, or he has a place there. Sweet place. You can go right by it. It's near a place called La Honda, California. You can look it up, La Honda. It's cool. Back in the 70s, the Santa Cruz Mountains was like a pretty special group of people hanging around everywhere. I mean, right up from where his ranch is, about 3 or 4 miles, maybe 5 miles, is Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Boom. Neil Young bought himself a place just right down the road from there. Great driving road, too. Going down to Half Moon Bay from there. Boom. Yeah. Used to be wild up in Santa Cruz Mountains. Now it's,
All the damn vampires.
that's funny. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best line in that movie. Lost Boys, right?
Yeah.
um,
I know.
you know, on those, it's amazing because
Oh, sorry about
say
that.
it ties in to what we're talking about, doesn't it? I mean, because the stars of that movie were the two Coreys, right? The two Coreys were in that movie. Right, they were the vampire, the junior high school vampire hunters, right? Corey.
Well, you know what, man? That Corey Feldman thing.
And he's big into Michael Jackson. He's doing Michael Jackson impersonation shows right now. He's on tour.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I was around that dude quite a bit in certain scenarios when I was living down there, and I heard him tell that story for real, in real life, that he tells. And he was telling it, I'm pretty sure he's out and open about his Alcoholics Anonymous membership.
Yeah.
So I was going to meetings down in Los Angeles when I was living down there. And so he used to go to some of these meetings. And this is all public, so I'm not revealing his anonymous information. All I'm doing is trying to tell you that if you think he's making that shit up, he's not. Because he was in a situation where he was being honest with people because he needed to, get his life together or whatever. So I'm just saying, this shit's been going on for a long time. I bet you if you look into it, something fucking nasty has happened to every single child actor.
Yeah, I'm really curious how this is going to turn out with the P. Diddy thing because it's kind of like the pagers. So we were talking about the pagers last night and how both these things I think are going to be much bigger stories in the future, say 6 months from now, than they are now, like huge, right? And one of those guys does a Ukraine channel, Professor Griddy's Explains or whatever. It's just something people watch for 5 minutes because it's their short, top three things, whatever. But he brought that up today, that pager story is a not life changing, but it's like when they dropped the atom bomb, the world changed after the atom bomb.
Well, it's
right?
funny after the show last night. I saw a post and somebody was saying that cell phones were getting blown up, and they were insinuating the exact same thing that I said when you said all they do is heat it up and catch it on fire. What they were saying is that this sort of idea could be used to make batteries blow in phones, not just catch on fire and burn your leg or whatever, like actually blow. And I mean, there's no way the cell phone industry can allow that to get out. I mean, have that be a possibility.
It's $1 trillion industry, right? I mean,
right.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, who would buy an iPhone?
Nobody.
If it was an Apple thing, which they said, yeah, I mean, we can do it to Apple phones or whatever. I mean, doesn't that seem, we were talking about, it seems like kind of conversation that would be had with Apple. In other words, if you were the guy that could do that, why would you do it? Maybe you do it once just to show you could.
Yeah, just show them you could do it and then make that call. I need $300 million by tomorrow at 6 a.m.
$300 million?
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
chump
going cheap,
change.
right?
Isn't Apple the biggest company in the world? I mean, as far as money? Deborah Travaris.
It's one of the biggest, yeah.
Yeah. Deborah Travaris
market share might be the
said,
biggest.
yeah, Amber's saying Deborah Travaris said cell phones were weapons a long time ago. Yeah. Well, there's no question about that. But this brings it to a whole new level,
That's what this guy was saying, just to point out, I think it ties to what we said last night. We're maybe some of the first to point it out, I think, is that it changes the world.
It does.
It does. It's like this is like that atom bomb drop that he's saying. Is it? And somebody who's not related to, that's not a conspiracy guy at all. He just talks about stuff going on in Ukraine and the war, right? And he was just saying, yeah, this is like the equivalent of dropping the atom bomb. That now, those guys who start with the T, he didn't want to use the words that bomb places and stuff. One of those people call whose name starts with a T, right? That bombed the World Trade Center. Those kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
They start doing that to civilians around the world. The world's a completely different place, man. There's no such thing as phones anymore. You know what I mean? It completely overnight. The fact this could be done, just because Israel did it and it did it in a really small area to a specific group of people, doesn't mean that that same technology can't be used.
Isn't it the same as Don Juan Redondo breaking your leg when you didn't pay back the debt in the neighborhood? Make sure everybody sees that broken leg, walking around with a cast. Make sure you know if you don't pay Don Juan Redondo his money, you're going to get a broken leg. And it's the same thing with this, man. I'm telling you right now, even the fear of it. I mean, even if somehow, you know, I mean, even if they were running some sort of a scam or some sort of a con where they were making several iPhones blow up, because they planted some shit inside them just to make people think.
It only takes one. Yeah, it only takes one.
That's what I mean, just to make people think they could do it. All you have to do
How
is
can you say they can't? Because you saw what happened with the pagers, right? That's where we're at. Yeah, exactly. Only takes one.
I don't know, man. I didn't want to go dark, dude.
No, we're not. Well, we're not going that dark. It's just a fact of life. That's
I guess the Diddy shit was way darker, or it's as dark.
It is.
It's as dark.
it's more dark. But I do think it's just strange. Like and that whole thing is strange because I can't believe that it went on for 20 years or more. People knew about it all that time. He held all those people captive, like literally captive, right? Like he was a dungeon master that held them inside their chambers, right? At least I'm over here now. And we let him out in a Ferrari apparently, but it's the same kind of situation, right? And now he went down, right? He's the one in jail now. Who did he piss off, number one? And how do they think that it's going to just be forgotten? You know what I mean? Because it's not, right? It's not.
No, I hope someone heard. I hope someone who has a show that has millions of listeners, they get that list off of here.
They are. They're going to get that list off. Of course they are.
Well, just get it off of Twitter. I think I put it up there so you could see it in the window, so you could go find it.
That was astute of you to get that list out there because I guarantee you, we talked about a kill switch. That's his kill switch, almost certainly.
Dude, especially with the Justin Bieber video that we played earlier, and his name's on the list.
Well, and then like I said, Kevin Hart is making the waves today, right? And so there's two people on the list that already, right? Things are happening with.
See?
So
watch out, Jack. Heads are gonna roll, man. There's rumors that he has video of the Obamas together.
Oh, Trump too? Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like he's got pictures of all those people.
Yeah, party. Yeah. Pictures and video. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Take a look at this.
Don't think that I'm going crazy.
That shit on.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, girl?
Where y'all going?
About to go to the club.
Can me and my homegirl go too?
Hell yeah.
We're going to 662. Fall in.
Follow us.
I will keep you in perfect peace.
room where you might enjoy the
Last night, a little dancer came dancing to my door. Last night, a little angel came pumping on my floor. She said, "Come, baby, got a license for life."
New, hey, big sir. Y'all know how this shit go. You know, all eyes on me. Motherfucker on G. Roll up in the club and shit. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
It's impossible to do this without a keyboard, but somehow.
I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the funk, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils be sorry for the day they finally freed me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride. Hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause even when I'm high, fuck with me and get crossed later. The future's in my eyes. Cause all I want is cash and things. A 5 double O, Benz wanting flashy brains. Bitches pursue me like a dream. Been known to disappear before your eyes. It's like a dope thing. It seems my main thing was to be major. Paid the game sharper than the motherfucking razor blade. Save money, bring bitches. Bitches bring lies. One nigga's getting jealous and motherfuckers die. Depend on me like the first and 15. They might hold me for a second, but these punks won't get me. We got 4 niggas and low riders and ski masks screaming thug life. Every time they pass, all eyes on me. Live the life of a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life of a boss player. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Live the life of a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life of a boss player, cause even getting high.
Hey, to my nigga Pac. So much trouble in the world, nigga. Ain't nobody feel your pain. The world's changing every day, time's moving fast. My girl said I need a race, how long will she last? I'm caught between my woman and my pistol and my chips. Triple beam, got some smokers on, whistle as I dip. I'm lost in the land with no plan, living life flawless. Crime balls, contraband, let me toss this. Mediocre's got a lot of nerve, let my bucket swerve. I'm taking off from the curb. The nervousness, neglect made me pack a tech. Devoted to serving this, my wet and paid checks. Like a kite satellite, nigga, I'm forever ballin'. It ain't right, parasites, triggers and fleas crawling. Sucker ducking, get busted, no emotion. My devotion is handling my business, nigga, and keep on coasting. Where you going, I've been there, came back, it's lonely, homie. Steady flowing against the grade, niggas still don't know me. It's about the money and this rap shit, this crap shit. It ain't funny, niggas don't even know how to act shit. What can I do, what can I say, is there another way? Blunts and gin all day, 24 parlay. My little homie G, can't you see I'm buster free? Niggas can't stand me, all eyes on me.
Tupac throwing up the gang signs. 50 Cent said something about J-Lo earlier, making comments about the Diddy situation, making allegations, allegedly. You know? You never know.
It's going to be an interesting couple weeks, I think.
Well, he did live like a thug till the day he died, didn't he? I mean, you saw that.
Yeah.
You saw that scene, you know. Is those girls?
You know, the people who saw that the day it happened. So it happened in the morning, like 3 a.m. or something like that, 2 something, 3 something. That came in the store later that day. That it's fresh in their mind, right? That drove up on the scene. What they said was that there's no blood anywhere. There's casings, right? There's the holes in the door, whatever, right? There was a lot of lights because on the strip. There was all this stuff. There's sealing off the crime scene, but they never saw a body. I mean, it just happened, right? It just happened.
That's what I'm saying, man. That there was that AIDS victim. Go look up. What was the name of that movie he was in? Look, here,
What if
I
justice
can't
and-
type it in, but if I could, what I'd type in is Tupac movies, and then name them out to me, and I'll tell you which movie it is. And then in that movie, there's a guy who plays an AIDS victim, and that guy is the guy. That guy died of AIDS, and so they were saying back in the day, this is the conspiracy theory from back in the day. I'm not saying it, okay? I'm fucking just telling you about it. All right. So what they said was that they timed the showdown on the strip in conjunction with when this dude died of AIDS. So that guy died, they had a body, boom, is what they said back in the day. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what the old conspiracy theory about this used to be. Now, Epic's saying there was no blood. Now, I didn't say that, but that would...
People who were there said that. The people who rolled up on the scene, like the crowd, who were driving down the street, down the strip, that's what they said. People I talked to, right? They said there's no blood, there's no body when they got there. And it just happened, mind you, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they had a lot of time clean the scene, you know what I mean? But there's casings on the ground, and they made a big deal. I remember watching news reels, if you will, live time, as reporting was going on, not live time, but near live time, and they made a big scene about showing the casings on the street and all that stuff because it happened in multiple places. It shot there's the street where it happened, and down the road, and like they kind of showed in that video, and the people who drove down that path on the strip that were there, they did not see the shooting, so I cannot speak for that. But they did come right up on it, right as the Metro guys were coming in there.
Those girls that pulled up just there in that scene that we just saw, we just watched. So first, at the light, they pull up, these girls pull up, and they start trying to, say something to them. And they're good-looking girls. And so Tupac and Suge both turn to the left to deal with the girls. So because they see these beautiful girls in the car, and the girls are hitting on them, and they're immediately turned to the left, which is right when the limo comes up, and their attention's diverted to the other side, and the limo rolls up, windows come down, and they start shooting. So I don't think the girls. I wonder if anyone ever even questioned those girls that were there. Because that's a reenactment, right, of the video that they had.
Yeah.
So
now the actual scene, they didn't make it like the guy came on the corner or whatever. That wasn't the way it was. It was in the street. From the people, what they showed at the time, and what these people were describing that I talked to, what I saw on the news. But they made a big deal by showing the shell casings, and the door open, but they pulled them out and all stuff. And the people who rolled up that were there said they never saw the body leave the car.
Right, hold
of course,
on a second.
Moving people away, but they got there right when it happened. So it wasn't when people I talked to. It wasn't when they already had a police line established. It's like they showed the guys on the bicycle. That's Metro. The two guys on bicycles, the Metro guys going down the strip. They got there like at that point, like before they had the police line set up. So I don't know. It was suspicious then. The people who saw it thought it was suspicious. It could be totally legit. I'm just saying, like, even back then when it happened, people were suspicious about it.
Okay.
So the movies he was in Juice.
Yeah, Juice. I'm pretty sure Juice is the movie.
That seems like it'd be the right one.
It's hang on a second.
That are gang related.
Yeah, no, it wasn't gang related. It had to do with
Notorious, Nothing Trouble, Gridlocked, Bullets, Above the Rim, Poetic Justice.
Yeah, the thing is, why I think it is Juice is because this is right when I think it was after this movie that he got notoriety as an actor.
Yeah,
like there's some movie that he was in where he played a dope fiend and he was all fucked up. I think this is it.
That's why he was like confessing in the car to the guy about him being effed up, and he changed his life and all that kind of stuff. Like, he showed some emotion and depth, So my uncle always said, like, not going to miss him as a rapper, but he's going to miss him as an actor, which he did. He had talent. Dude. He was a talented guy.
He was. Hang on a second. He came from a bloodline for sure. Was he RH negative? Do you know?
I do not know. my 23andMe data sheet's not sitting here in front of me. That always bothered me too, man. We'll do showing that someday, man. The whole 23andMe thing is just sketchy.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to see. So I'm trying to see if I can get the. There was a guy. Is this it? Craig Mack. There's some dude that died that was in that movie that he went to talk to this guy when he was researching the role for whatever movie I'm talking about. I don't think it's Juice. Now that I saw the script or the idea of it, the IMBD, capsulated version of what it is. That don't look like it. I don't know. Well, we can look into it. It wasn't Poetic Justice. It wasn't Above the Rim. Gridlocked. Is that the one with John Belushi's brother? Hang on. Two friends kick their... This is it. This is it right here.
That's right.
Gridlocked.
Okay.
This is it right here. Gridlocked. Because he was in this with fucking Jim Belushi, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. My iPad just went dead. Do me a favor. Get the trailer for Gridlocked because I can't type it now. My iPad just went dead. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it's Rio. I was talking to Epic, man. We've been wondering where you were for like the last hour.
I was listening.
Oh. All right. Well, can one of you guys put the trailer for Gridlocked in here? Because I can't type. No, my iPad went dead. I'm definitely dead in the water. Hey, Thomas Clayton Powell, John D, doctors over there, early girl, Droney. What's up, Sparky? I didn't see you. I mean, I kind of saw you. Woohoo! Amber 2. All right. How come you didn't pike in, man? Why were you we thought you were in the first. We thought you were in the lab. Then we thought you fell asleep.
I did.
And then we were like, Epic. He didn't sound like he was tired. I go, yeah, I know. You didn't sound tired. But who knows, man? Anytime you get a chance to relax after fucking working 90 hours a week or whatever it is that you do. I mean, including the driving.
It's really weird, though. I don't want to derail it too much here, but like if I sit down and I sit back and close my eyes, I'm out. Like there's just like an off switch. It's amazing.
All right.
It doesn't matter what time of day it is either.
Okay, well, we got to take this to a conclusion here because we brought this up now. Okay, so now we know the movie Gridlocked. Okay, so now in order to proceed, because we're doing this organic style, in order to proceed, we need to search, but I can't search like I normally could because I can't type, so you guys got to search it. All right, so what we want to do is we want to find out. There's an article is written about Tupac and how he prepared for his role in Gridlock. So type in Tupac interview preparing for the movie Gridlocked and see what comes up. Because in that description, he's going to talk about going to the hospital and talking to some dude. Okay, and that dude that he talked to is the guy that they say, because this guy was dying of AIDS, and he went there to, like a method act or whatever. So you could go there and talk to the guy and figure out, what to do. And did you find anything?
Still typing.
I can't even type. And if I could, it would be one finger typer. And hopefully you don't have to shift. Last week I had to use one arm all week because I had some tendonitis flaring up. And so I had to put my arm in a sling and go to work anyway. And on the understanding that I wasn't going to be using that arm. And so I found out pretty quick that you can't even type with one arm. Because where I work, in order to get on the computer, you had a 15-digit password, is you got to type it in every single time, and it has uppercase, lowercase characters. You got to shift, man. And my hands are big, but they're not that big, at least on the keyboard at work. So I definitely had to still use my hand. But, you know. All right, Rio, I was giving you some time telling a personal story.
Unseen Gridlock interviews.
So I sent that one, but I have to watch it to know if that's the one. I watched the first part while we were talking there, and it didn't bring that up. So I don't know if that's the one. And there, each one's so many minutes long, so I don't know how many. There's a couple though. That's the first one that came up.
All right, let me see. Let me go in there. Is it an article or a movie or a video?
No, it's a video. I'm sending the videos because I assume you saw it in the video form.
No, I didn't see it in video form.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't see it. I'm just remembering the fact from back in the day when we talked about this. Me and Rio did a show about this on TFR before we knew you, Epic. We did a show about this.
Yeah,
I don't think Rio remembers it though. It was a long time ago.
The Tupac show, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, we explored everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because at the time there was a couple of people that had some weird. This is way before podcasts or whatever. So it's just like these people were doing these shows on what was that thing called? There was something where everybody just went on there. You could do a radio show on there. I forget what it was called at some point. It was just. Anyways, doesn't matter. It was somebody like that did a show, and they were doing this whole. They brought out all these details about this thing, and this was one of the details. So, no, I don't think that's it. This would be more like a Rolling Stone or something like that kind of article. It'd be like an article.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it when I was watching. It was more like him being thrilled to get the role and all that.
No. This is more like a Rolling Stone magazine or something like that, or a Vanity Fair or some shit like that. It's like that. It's like him, him, stroking himself about how he went and did the research, It might even, you know what? Maybe it even might be something that happened. Did he get some sort of nomination for that shit? You should check it out. I think he might have got.
I believe he did actually.
I think he might have got a Academy Award nomination for that shit. Seriously. That's what was so trippy too, right? He's just, he was that Jim Belushi connection was really good with him. I mean, there was good chemistry in that movie.
I remember the scene where Belushi's talking to him. They're in the car, and it's from the other seat looking across towards Tupac when he's having a soliloquy about his problems and how he became who he is, right? Because he was like going undercover kind of thing, right? It was. I'm having a hard time looking. I'm looking while I'm talking to see what might be it, and I'm on the third page of the scroll right now.
Yeah, just see if there's some Rio. Do you remember if you got nominated for Academy Award? Tupac. I might be out of my mind. He got some kind of note.
He got critical acclaim for that. It was a good role.
That's what I mean. He got critical acclaim, but did he get any? I think if he would have gotten an Academy Award nomination, I bet you he would have never got shot.
He's kind of the music business, right?
He wouldn't need the music business anymore. Anyway, so yeah, what happened? What happened? Somebody's giving condolences to the dronester. Did something happen, Drone?
Family, the death in the family.
Oh, sorry about that, Droney.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. We all know it, man.
Yeah. All right, are we doing something? Or are we just still?
No, we're looking that up, but I'm down on the fifth page now.
You got nothing.
He was nominated.
Well,
hold on, stop. Go ahead. Grammy. For what? Gridlocked?
Dear Mama, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, How Do You Want It? Changes in California.
No movie awards.
Poetic Justice.
Oh yeah.
He got an NAACP Image Award.
Yeah.
He got the Soul Train Award. Yeah, it doesn't say anything else.
I think too is right. It was like Vanity Fair or something like that. I was in the business at the time because I was in the video business, not the movie business. But
Yeah.
as far as like, kind of hooked into that kind of thing, reading those all the time. And it was something like
For
Vanity
some
Fair.
reason, man, I seem to remember. I just seem to remember there was a video of a black dude with a natural. In other words, he just had, like a natural, but his hair was all smashed down, and it's almost like I can remember the guy. It's almost like I can remember Tupac sitting there in a hospital room with that guy, talking about it. It's almost like I can see it in my mind, but it was so long ago, I just can't remember it at this point. But I do remember there's a name of a guy, and there's information out there about him talking to that guy, and that guy died right around the same time that Tupac went out, and then it was a cremation, whatever. So that's what led to the conspiracy theory. But
He might still be alive.
I know. Well, what's interesting is there was some weird guy that came back from the future who made a video, and one of the things he said was going to happen is that some celebrity that everybody thought was dead is all of a sudden going to come back and be alive.
Oh, I think that was Chappelle, right?
Did he say that?
Yeah, I think that was about Chappelle.
No. This is now. This is gonna happen. Like now. This dude is talking about events leading up to things that are gonna happen in the future, and he said one of the things on the way to the future is there's gonna be some celebrity everybody thought was dead that just all of a sudden comes back. Like anybody, it could be anybody. It could be Elvis, for Christ's sake. Who knows? A limited liability corporation called Elvis. You know what I mean? He didn't have none of that money. That money wasn't his. He just buy whatever he wants, and they just paid for it, but they were the ones getting all the money. Come on. We were talking about it earlier. Limited liability corporation. Any celebrity, anybody out in front of the public eye, in front of these corporations, they got to pretend like there's a human being that sat in their garage and invented the Apple computer or whatever. Like that,
Yeah.
They just give them a black card and say, pick a house, and there you go. Live in it. Go ahead. Fly around in this jet. There you go. Oh, you committed suicide. Oh no. You drank yourself to death and drowned in a bathtub. Contract terminated. But you still get all that money coming in from all that residual ownership, even after people are dead. And I mean, at this point, do you ever ask yourself, do you think younger people, because there's some movie that comes out with a new movie with an old actor, in other words, they get access to the older actors because most of those people are dead, and their relatives are dead, and so on and so forth. Like Humphrey Bogart. You think Humphrey Bogart would be a giant movie star in 2024?
Probably not.
Yeah, do you think Humphrey...
Clint Eastwood's still going now.
Clint Eastwood's barely moving, dude. He's like a skeleton with skin.
Yeah, but
he's...
Maybe not the last 5 years or so, but he's 90-something now.
I know. He's still alive, man. They show him all the time walking around down in Carmel. That's what I mean.
He's still doing bit parts, too.
Yeah, he's still moving around or whatever, but he's old. Like, you could just probably walk up to him. I mean, nobody's mobbing him or wherever he goes. He just, that's what I mean. All these, I don't know. I don't see...
I was reading the gripping story of Tupac's last words when the police officer pulled him out of the car and fell into his hands.
What did he say?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it's a pretty gripping read. It's from 979 The Box, the police officer telling us thing. But
well, read it, man. Don't tell us about
so
it.
I'm gonna read it because it's not that long.
Yeah, read it.
So it goes.
Saturday night.
This is a police officer who's on the bicycle. Comes to door, right? And this is how it starts. I finally get the car door to open, and I pull it open. The guy inside came right out, like he was leaning against the door. And at first, I thought the guy was going to bust out of the door right on top of me. I thought this was his plan of attack, so to speak. But then I noticed he's not coming out of the door; he's falling out of it. So I grabbed him in the left arm, and he falls into me. And I've still got my gun in the other hand, and he's covered in blood. And I immediately noticed that the guy's got a ton of gold, a necklace and other jewelry, and all the gold is covered in blood. That has always left an image in my mind. End quote. I've got him in one hand. I've got the gun in the other hand. I'm still yelling at the other guys, and I'm pulling him out of the car. But right about then, thank God, another bike cop shows up. He was probably the guy who was chasing the cars initially. He gets Shook off my back because Shook was somewhat of a threat to me. The other guys were kind of listening, some proned out, some on their knees, some standing around. The other cop pushes Shook away and says, I look down at the guy, and I'm holding. He's still conscious. I can see that he's shot several times, but I can't tell where he shot. As I pulled him from the car, he's wincing in pain. He's looking up at me. He's groaning. I laid him down on the pavement, and then I looked inside the car to see if there's anybody else there, and there wasn't. After I pulled him out, Shook starts yelling at me, fuck! And he just keeps yelling it. And the guy I'm holding is trying to yell back at him. He's sitting up and he's struggling to get the words out, but he can't really do it. And Shook is yelling, Pac! I look down and I realize that this is Tupac Shakur. At the time, it didn't really mean much of anything to me. I was more concerned that this was a bad situation to be in with just one other cop. There's something the police were called the dying declaration, a legal concept that in a nutshell basically says that if someone who believes that they're going to die gives out the name of a suspect or is able to explain what happened, that's not considered hearsay in court. And they're not there to testify. It's admissible as evidence. So I'm looking at Tupac, and he's trying to yell back at Shook, and I'm asking him, who shot you? What happened? Who did it? And he was just kind of ignoring me. He was making eye contact with me here and there, but he's trying to yell at Shook, and I kept asking over and over, who did this? Who shot you? And he basically kept ignoring me. Then I saw on his face and his movements, all of a sudden, in the snap of a finger, he changed. He went from struggling to speak, being non-cooperative, to I'm a peace type of thing, just like that. He went from fighting to I can't do it, and then he made the transition. He looked at me. He's looking right in my eyes, and that's when I looked at him, and he said one more time. I said one more time, who shot you? He looked at me, and he took a breath to get the words out. He opened his mouth, and I thought he was actually going to get some cooperation. Then the words came out, fuck you. After that, he started gurgling and slipping out of consciousness. At that point, an ambulance shows up, and he went into unconsciousness.
This sounds like a fucking story to me, dude.
Well, that's the story from the cops, supposedly. And it just goes on. It's briefly, I said the paramedics roll up.
No, man. This doesn't sound. That doesn't sound.
Well, it goes on to describe him getting to the hospital, going on life support and all that stuff. But
no. I'm just saying, man. I'm starting to. I don't know. There seems like there's a lot of. The guys
that I talked to said there was no blood. That's what they said.
Here's the thing.
Repeat what they said.
In a court of law, all you need is reasonable doubt. Okay. I'm gonna say right now. I mean, just on the bullshits and the this and that's on the internet, of the random facts that do all line up, just the ones that actually line up. There's enough there to create reasonable doubt at this point. If you say to me, I say. Wouldn't you say, Rio? If you were sitting on a jury right now, wouldn't you say there's a reasonable doubt to think that things went the way that they're reported that they happened? Especially, I mean, in light of what we know today. Because I mean, if this was to happen in 2024, and you're super low volume too, in case you didn't know, we can barely hear you, or at least I can, and I got my shit cranked.
That's weird.
There you go. Now
better.
There you go. Okay, so listen, what I was saying was, if this thing that happened to Tupac, okay, if it happened now, with the way people are about shit, I mean, there'd be dudes already analyzing frame by frame, and and there'd be the crisis actor thing, and he's not dead, and all that. It would all be happening, wouldn't it? Because there's enough questions to create reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt creates speculation, doesn't it? I mean, if you don't know what happened, you start trying to put it together, trying to extrapolate from limited information or whatever. What do you think? Is he dead or alive, Rio?
I don't know. I think Tupac is dead.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think
All right.
Tupac's dead.
And let me ask you this now, because you weren't here when we were talking about it. Do you find the fact that his aunt was broken out of a prison or jail? I think they blew up the walls. They blew a fucking hole in the wall.
Yeah, they busted her clean out.
And then they took her to Cuba. And then man, all right, tell you before we go, just type it in. Just type it in a search. Tupac sightings in Cuba. Because there's pictures and videos of a dude in Cuba that looks just like Tupac. Maybe Tupac's gonna come back from the dead, and it won't be.
I don't know.
He's gonna rule Cuba. Yeah.
I mean, they had the shooting on video, so it's like, they could have doubled him. I mean, so that's definitely a possibility.
I'm just saying. Let me just ask you this question. Let's just say you're some dude, okay, and somehow you get in a position, and it doesn't matter what kind of music it is. He was doing what he's doing, but I'm just saying anybody. You get in a position, and now you're selling records, and you're selling shitloads of them, and you look across the world there, and you say to yourself, shit, man. Look how many records Elvis sold when he died. And you start putting it all together and you say to yourself, I mean, is that any different than like marketing or anything else? This is like a money-making scheme. You know what I mean? Why is it any different than anything else?
He was the first person, it's been said many times since, but he was the first person that happened to where his record sales went to the roof afterwards, where they were making that analogy to Elvis, that I recall. Like that was the first guy. Like, oh, yeah, see, it's all this extra record sales now that he's dead, right? Yeah, there's something to that, I mean, he's promoted even to death, right?
Because listen, man, I mean, one of the things that was really prevalent when a lot of these artists were coming up is a lot of dudes were on the streets ahead of time. And so they were already working shit in the streets. They were selling shit out of their trunk, whatever. They were, selling dope, whatever the fuck they were doing. But they were business people on the streets doing shit, making money. And so when they got involved in this whole other arena where they could use the same model, but just apply it to a different, group. You know what I mean?
You know what makes me always suspicious about this to me, and did at the time, is even in the 90s, there weren't terrorists, I can't use the word, but watch lists, right? Back in the day, like there is today. But there was people who were on the police watch list, FBI watch list, all these things that were tracked everywhere they went. And at the time, gangster rap was considered to be this threat to America, very much like rock and roll was back in the day when, COINTELPRO and all that stuff was going on. And there's no doubt, no question in my mind that these people were being watched. Their movements were being watched. They were being surveilled. So for somebody to be that flamboyant, not just Tupac, but the people around him, supposedly involved, for them not to be, the moment they flew into town, being surveilled, right? To think they could get away with something like this it's just beyond believability to me.
All right.
There's no way.
What is the name of the FBI dude, the main guy that everybody talks about back in the day? They say he was a cross-dresser.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
What's his name? You got to say, you got to remember his name.
Hoover. Right,
no.
J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover? He's president, right?
J. Edgar Hoover. Let me look it up. I'm sure it is.
All right. So, anyways, no. Who was the director of the FBI when Hoover? All right. Listen. So Hoover, there's a quote from Hoover about a black messiah. See if you could find the Hoover. There's audio of it. There's a video, and it's not Hoover. It's not Hoover, man.
Well, the CIA guy at the time was Alan Dulles, but J. Edgar Hoover's John Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover is the guy.
All right,
FBI forever.
All right, that guy. So look now. Type in Black Messiah. Type in what he says, because I know there's a video, there's audio of it. And the thing is, the reason I'm remembering it now is because there was this, every single time there's been a Black Messiah, something's happened to him. And he makes a quote in there. And you know, Malcolm X, anybody that rose up, all of a sudden, they ain't there no more. Did you find it?
I'm just doing the basic Google thing right now. It says the ethics of Black Messiah. Said no to
just
slavery, colonialism, blah, blah, blah.
go on YouTube, man, and type in audio fucking J. Edgar Hoover Black Messiah.
Yeah, there's a Hoover issued another directive, prevent the rise of a Messiah, unify and electrify the militant Black nationalist movement. Yeah, so it's related to that. So we'll look on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's definitely related to that. Definitely. All right. The Black Madonna.
We talked about it before. I mean, it's definitely something we've crossed paths with the show before, but I don't know if we have a quote like from the video.
Man, I remember when I remember there was this I remember Kanye when he was on MTV Punk'd a bunch of years ago, and they were making a video, a video for one of his songs, and they punked him and said that they were the IRS, and they were there to confiscate. They were there to confiscate the videos or whatever from Kanye, and he fucking slammed the door and drove away in this minivan. It was fucking classic, man. Anyway, did you find anything, man? There's audio of it.
Yeah. I found there's a bunch of stuff, but they're all documentaries that are like 3 hours long. Not 3 hours. Some of the segments on news shows and stuff I'm looking for too. They're 6 minutes long, but they're most related to the Black Panthers.
Yeah, that's when he said it. Yeah, that's when
that on the video yet. The one you want.
Yeah. No, the whole thing is the Black Panthers originally
because it ties to Malcolm X too.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get that all
and then
together.
He got banged. And then he got banged down. But right before they firebombed his house or whatever. Pretty intense.
Well, I mean, the easiest answer is that it all happened the way that they said it did, but there's enough questions about it to make you think that, and for all those people, they were the big hitters, and all those people were not just big hitters; they're considered thugs under investigation multiple times, multiple criminal investigations. Those people,
wouldn't it
in different parts of the country at the time, that they would be being watched. I mean, how could you just expect to roll up next to somebody right in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip and kill somebody and get away with it? It's so improbable, right? Coming from the Mike Tyson fight, mind you.
And didn't somebody recently? I think recently there might have even been some movement on finding out who was the shooter or whatever. I think there might have been some. Maybe not though.
Yeah,
I guess that might have.
There is. He either confessed or I'll look that up. That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
There's development there actually.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out who that guy is, and then find out if he's got any ties to P. Diddy.
He probably does.
He probably does.
They're all tied together.
I know. Like a chain. Mm-hmm. You guys ready to GTFO?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Time's up.
Yeah, because this is a hours long show trying to dig into all the stuff with this, because what you guys have done before in the past with the show you did. Yeah, there's a lot here, man. There is. There's. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I wish I had some stuff all queued up. I mean, like we could just roll right now, but we'll come back to it another time. I'm sure the Diddy story will be out there for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more to it too as the testimonies unfold.
Gold covered in blood. The story.
Yeah. Tupac. That's what always left the image in his mind, right? The blood The gold covered in blood.
It's almost like the guy calling his mom on his cell phone on that plane. I mean, who calls their
That's
mom?
bullshit.
Who calls their mom and says, "Mom, it's me," and then say their name?
Yeah.
So why would you
but not
say
only
your
that-
fucking your mom doesn't know you?
Well,
It's you.
you know what's even worse about that though is it's what 20-something years later and cell phones still don't work on planes.
No shit.
It's just 2001 flying over Amish territory. There's no cell phones. You know, I mean, how's I mean, I'm saying there's not any
Mom.
cell phones.
Unless you had a sat phone, you know.
Rural
Mom,
Pennsylvania, right?
it's me, Jimmy. If I called and I said, "Mom," my mom would know it was me. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. All right, Rocco Rio, are you going to be there from Wake and Bake?
We'll be around, yeah.
You'll be around, but you won't be in. You'll be out, but you'll be around.
I might pop in.
All right, we'll pop in because tomorrow.
Just make sure you say it's you.
No, because the thing is isn't the Woodstock anniversary today? Didn't people start loading into fucking Woodstock today? I think it's the anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Woodstock.
So you got to come on there and talk about freedom, man.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right.
We could talk about some freedoms.
All right. Well, you don't have to be there early, man. Just be around for the second hour.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. What else? Go ahead.
Oh no, I just never mind. I'll tell you after.
All right. All right, everybody. Ready to go? Here we go. We'll see you guys shortly.
Make it work. You just can make it work every time. So we better get up, stand up for your rights. Or someone would say we're coming in from the cold. Or another one would say sun is shining and the weather is sweet. And someone would say is this love. And everyone would say everything. Let's move it.